What's up, everybody? Working on Gunner again, doing something a little different. My old 700 by 5 JL Audio, my XD 705, awesome amplifier, did great in this truck, but I'm wanting this for my Camaro because it's small, compact, lightweight amplifier that'll do good in that car to power the door speakers and subwoofer. So I figured that would be a good option for that car, and this is a good amplifier. So I was like, well, yeah, I still want boom boom in the truck, you know. And I had the 3 MVX amplifiers I bought for the Camaro a long time ago, just sitting around in my room and stuff, and I decided, why not? Yeah, I put all 3 NVX amplifiers in. Yeah, I know the 2 on the outside are a little crooked, got a little bit of an angle to them. Just have it in my template. I ended up flipping them over, and it don't look bad, but you won't see them anyways. They'll be hiding behind the folding rear seat over there. I got my distribution. My power runs down, runs up here. I was going to run it along the frame, but I was kind of short on wire to begin with, so I went ahead and ran it along here. Fits in there good and snug anyways. It's good. Goes up through the same firewall grommet I ran the 4 gauge through for the JL amp. I'm going to go ahead and pull the carpet up, undo my wiring. I got MVX RCAs anyways already. I'm going to undo my Stinger 9 wire. I'm going to just probably remove this and just go up to the head unit. I got to make sure and see my GPS antenna is not unhooked. I don't know. I think the radio needs updated because my maps don't work now for some reason. I'm going to have to extend my remote wire. I'll probably just start over there. And I also have to run a bass control for my amplifiers. I'm thinking I have this MVX bass knob. Is it in here? No. Oh, it's right here. This bass knob right here. This is not the world's greatest bass knob, but it's just an RCA level bass knob. God dang, this it's like a horrible brightness. Might smell my camera too. But yeah, I got this bass knob. I may end up using it. I don't know yet. I might use it. All depends. I need to figure out how I'm gonna. I can probably get that to fit. Yeah, I can do that'll work. I can probably mount that somehow in my dash. But yeah, I'll probably worry about that later. Or I'll just see if I can't splice both level outputs of this jack. I wish it had an in and out on them amps, but they don't for a bass knob. So I'll probably just use the RCA level adjust. I thought about putting all my remote turn-ons, or my 2 subwoofer amps, the 1200.1s, the 2 mono blocks, on a switch so I could shut them off when I don't want the rear woofers on, and then just have the 800.4 4-channel amp. Right now I'm going to be powering the stock rear speakers. I'm going to have them turned down way low because that amp would roast them in a second if I really wanted to. And I'm going to be powering my 8-inch Ford Mustang woofers that are pulled out on that RE component set on its crossover. So I'm going to go ahead and power them up with that. For right now, I think that'll definitely bring them to life. The JL did a good job making them sound really good. I think the little more power from the 800.4 will help a lot. Right now I've got my P212. I'm going to run off one of my J80s 1200s just to get by. I'm eventually going to buy a built subwoofer box for underneath the seat and run 2 12s, run 1 12 to each amplifier, each monoblock amplifier. I think that'll sound pretty good. I've got all Sky High Car Audio 4 gauge going to each amplifier. I'm using the 1/0 adapter blocks because the 4 gauge was too big for the 4 gauge input on the amplifier. It actually fits the 1 gauge blocks better than it does the amplifiers themselves. So I'm using Rockford distribution blocks. Like I said, I got my power there running all the way up front here. I'm gonna go ahead. I got an excess power. What is this, a D? a D3400 in here. I'm running, there's the 4 gauge that was in it before it runs around and goes to a fuse block. Right here is my 1/0. I gotta find a spot to mount my fuse block because the wire is a little shorter. I'll have to build me a little bracket or something and hook that up. Then I'll run some 1/0 over back here possibly, or around to it, whatever, where this ever ends up going. I got my trailer brake controller out of my Trailblazer. A little dusty, but I think I'm gonna get that wired up too, possibly. That was nice to have. Then my Memphis Audio 3-inch 3.5s or something that I have. I'm gonna put them in my old square body Chevy pickup, most likely. There's a mirror to my Cadillac, my Escalade, with the OnStar buttons. I removed that. I just put a regular compass and tent mirror in that. The shop's a mess right now because of this project, but yeah. I used to mount the the amplifiers to the back there. I am going to sound deaden that. That is definitely in the plan, and I'm going to trim my factory felt to that. I used threaded nutserts and M4 hardware to mount the amplifiers to the back wall there. The distribution blocks are held on there by self-tapping screws. But yeah, threaded inserts. I used my threaded insert tool, or install tool, to put my threaded inserts in there. Figured that was probably the best. I can end up taking them on and off, and then later on, if I end up pulling the amps out, I can just fill the inserts with either some silicone or just put an M4 screw back in there and call it good. Yeah, she's kind of dusty back here. I need to do some cleaning, and definitely you can tell the rust and stuff. You can see the hole right here. I can stick my finger up in the side of the truck and you can see it. So yeah, I need to clean that. And later on this summer, my plan is to trim that back and put the patch panels in and get the rocker panels. I'd like to get the rockers and stuff sealed back up and get all that done. All I know is that's gonna make one hell of a mess in the shop there. While I'm here, I'm probably gonna drill the hole for my Wilson 1000 antenna and get that in the truck. I also will probably pull my headliner down a little bit and get my wire for that center antenna, which is going to be ran up front to run my radio, because the one in the factory truck is broken, gone. I removed it originally when I got the truck. It was all messed up. So yeah, and that does pull in really good reception with that, with most Pioneer radios. I had it in my Trailblazer. I could pull in all kinds of radio stations with it, so I figured that went bad. This one will go on my Marine band or private band radio, or just regular CB, whatever I put in the truck here later on. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and got some sound deadener. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some sound deadener on there too, like I said earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Someday I'll pull all this stuff back out and I'll end up sound deadening the ceiling, and I'll probably do the floors. But for right now, I'm just going to work on doing this side here and doing the back panel. Just because the fact that I'm going to be taking out a big chunk. The seat does fold up and will come into contact with the top of the amp. You can kind of see the dirt mark on that one. I set the seat in there, tested that out. That's where it hits. It will latch up though, so if you need to latch it up, it will latch up, but it does rub on the amplifiers. When the seat's down, there's about that much room in there for air gap all the way around them amps, so the air gap, or having breathing room for the amps, won't have a problem. The subwoofer box comes to just here, so I'll have plenty of room for air, plenty of room for wiring. I had my tiny MVX amp, or my MVX RCA that I ran. It was perfect for running from that amp to that amp for the input and the output on that. So I just got to go ahead and I got a ball of RCAs, the excess RCA wires that are up here. I need to undo that, pull this out, get my RCAs ran back there. I think I'm going to run them down the center and then up. I'm going to try to keep them away. I think I'm going to run them down the passenger side because I can come up and not have to be around the power wires. I'd like to keep them away. I possibly will run them down the passenger side all the way up, and then all the way up, then all the way across, and then down into the amps. That way I'm also going to do, I think I might run the 9-wire. The 9-wire may just run down the center and up into its spot. I don't know yet. It might have followed the RCAs as well. For right now, I'm just going to take this wire that I've been using and run it to one of the amps, and then run it out up into the seat, into the sub. When I end up getting the box and stuff, I'll pull the seat out, run my wires really nicely and everything. I'll probably use my NVX 8-gauge subwoofer wire. The subwoofer box I'm going to buy, a lot of complaints about leaking around the speaker cups, so I'll probably build some wood speaker cup like block offs with bolts and stuff, and just run the bolts through and bolt the wires to the sub that way. Kind of old school, but it'll fix that. Yeah, I'm not sure on what woofers I'm going with yet. I'm leaning towards some P3s, Rockfords. Not 100% sure yet. I may go with some MVX woofers too if they fit in this box. I'll have to do some research, but I'm pretty sure the P3s will fit in this box. So I've seen some guys put some P2s in them, and the P2 and the P3 is based on the same chassis, so they should fit. But yeah, that's what it looks like right now. I'll probably hit you guys back on in a second once it's all wired up. Probably tomorrow, because I don't think I'm quite done with it this evening. So yeah. It's kind of crappy weather out today, so. But yeah, I've got somebody to come pick me up, so I'll have them come get me, and then I'll just come back tomorrow and tackle it. Hopefully get it finished. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in a second. And guys, back another day, got more accomplished. Got the carpet vacuumed, got everything wired up and planned. Got my wires here for my sub right now, for the temporary sub. Went ahead and got my backup camera started wired. That's gonna be too short. I'm gonna have to get me one with a good lead on it to go to the back, but I'm gonna run that down the frame. It dumps out right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. That's not them. I gotta cut them off real fast. But right there is where I grounded the amplifiers to the frame. Then up front, I'm going to go ahead and go from the battery. I haven't done this yet. I got to order more 1/0 cable. But I'm going to go from the battery down to the frame, and the engine down to the frame with some 1/0. Of course, I'm going to do a power wire 1/0 to run from the alternator over to the battery. And yeah, all that jazz. So yeah, got my 300 amp fuse mounted right here. Runs through here, back, and then goes in the firewall, comes down, runs along this channel. Go ahead and turn this down. Yeah, that's it playing. That sounds pretty good. The sub hits way harder now, thank God. It was kind of weak on that JL, but that JL will do good for where it's going. So yeah, I went ahead and got rid of my parking brake while I was there too. So being I don't have them, I figured I might as well remove them. And I went ahead and deleted my airbag already because I'm going to get a Grant steering wheel. So I went ahead and popped out the airbag module that's down under the seat there. So yeah, that's all gone. Went ahead and removed the ABS light and the airbag light out the cluster a while back because I'm deleting ABS, and I deleted the airbags. So yeah, this is gonna be about as close as you could get to an old Chevy pickup, an old square body, as well as safety and driving aids, but it's still gonna keep the style of the 2000. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I like non-ABS brakes. I like the pedal feels. I like the pedal of non-ABS brakes. I never liked the squishy pedal of these. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and convert this over to non-ABS brakes eventually when I get some time. I gotta run brake lines anyways, because if you notice the truck's crusty, the brake lines aren't so hot either. So, but yeah, that's it. I got it pretty much finished. Got it all vacuumed and everything. I need to go ahead and put the seats in, put my sub in and stuff, and then I got stuff I got to get done today in the evening. So I'm hoping I can get out of here. It's about 4:30, so hoping I can get out of here today. And yeah, you're kind of early. But yeah, I got to throw my rear seat in. Got to put all the stuff under my seats. yeah, all the stuff that's under the seats is pretty much stuff that'll end up going in my toolbox when I get a toolbox. So when I get my subs, I'll be able to have my rear seat entirely usable. But yeah, I'm gonna get a short or narrow in bed box. Got a bunch of crap back here, like most pickup trucks get. But I'm gonna get a little one that's narrow enough in case I do ever find a step side box for this, because I'd like to put a step side box on this truck. Means this box is pretty much shot. Actually, it's past the pretty much part. It is shot. Yeah, I definitely have to cut this out and put a cab corner back in, because I can see up in the truck inside the cab, so you know, that's always great. But yeah, when I do the cab corners and stuff, I'm gonna go through the whole truck and go through the whole truck and sound dead and everything. That's my plan. So yeah, came out pretty clean. The whole truck needs a good detail because it's covered in full of gravel dust and everything. So but yeah, we'll end up doing that later on here. I want to get my subs and my box of my subs, because I really want to hear 212s in this thing, powered off 2 J80s 1200s. So but yeah, it looks pretty good back there. You're not gonna, if somebody's gonna want to steal these amps, they're gonna have to really work at it, because you got to pull that back seat out to get to them. So yeah, I kind of like this setup. It's kind of right now it looks stock, other than the NVX 800 in the dash there. You can hardly tell that there's 8-inch woofers and tweeters in here, and them are factory rears right now, powered off the 804. So I mean, they sound good. I got them kind of so much tuned, so they sound pretty good. So I'm kind of just gonna leave them for right now. I'll have to tune them, of course, when I get the other woofers in and everything. But yeah, oh yeah. So I figured I'd cut you guys back on, let you see the pretty much finished product up till I get some fundage. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sound dead in the back there. Don't worry about that. I'm not really too concerned with it right now. I'm kind of wondering how long that middle amp will stay before it falls off, because screws will rattle loose. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the seats and stuff in this bad boy and get headed out of here for today. So we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.